Hello and welcome everyone to the Mo.re.Bricks channel. My name is Mo, and depending on when you're watching this, maybe Merry Christmas or Happy New Year, sometime around that period. So this is December 26th right now, so the second Christmas holiday. And yeah, I'm down in the studio, and as you can see from, or as you did see from the thumbnail probably and the video description, this one is going to be a doozy kind of. What did I do? Basically, nothing too weird, actually. I bought used bricks, basically, not Legos. Very important distinction. I didn't buy used Legos in this case. And it's not the kind of thing I did the last couple of videos where I purchased mostly sealed Lego architecture sets and just took those out of the box, unboxed them with you here on camera and built them in a very quick fashion. But this time I actually went ahead and bought a huge set, like a really big one. And this is one of those 1/8 scale super or hypercars, if you want to call them that, that's floating around the cosmos of brick building, and the manufacturer is CADA. So as you can see up here, I have the first of the two. Let me get the second one. It's actually two huge instruction manuals. Like, that's both a couple of 100 pages worth, if you can see that on the camera right there. It's just insane. So I got this set. Let me see if I can show you better on this camera right here what's going on. Here we are. So this is where we're at. And the set is called the Fantasma, and it is a mock or my own creation, which is basically a member of the brick building community making this from scratch. So this is not a design by a company such as Lego or CADA for that matter, but a person that is insanely detail-oriented and very technically skilled, who made this design from nothing, basically. So usually what mock creators do is they make the instructions and they build it themselves usually. And then you can buy the instructions on a platform for sometimes as little as like 15 to 20 euros, which is nothing. But of course, you need the bricks to go along with that. And these are all Lego and Lego Technic compatible bricks. And this pile you can see right here, it's literally a pile, is the result of me hunting down a set without the original packaging. So this is why you don't see me like open the box right now, because the box was literally like a used Amazon carton or something like that, that the person I bought it from on eBay put it in, and it was like in a plastic bag, like everything like just partly deconstructed. As you can see, there's like a seat assembly right here. This is part of the bonnet or the hood, wherever you're located, however you want to call it. There is some kind of mechanism going on right here. So we have an insane amount of partly disassembled things right here. And yeah, it's going to be kind of fun to go through this process. Why did I buy it like this? So let me just switch to this camera right here. As you can see, the Fantasma, that's the instructions right there. I hope this focuses correctly. Yeah, right here has 4,300 and let me look, 40 pieces to it. Set number is C61048W. No, sorry, no W in this case, because I think it's not motorized or remote controlled. The W ones, I think, with CADA are mostly the remote controlled and motorized one. Okay, quick timeout from future me. The whole thing about the model numbers with the W and without the W, that was just me talking out of my ass because I didn't know on the spot what it actually meant. Turns out it means nothing. So the W in the end does not indicate in any way that it's remote controlled or with any power functions. So basically with the C61043 and 42, both W in the end, those were the models with and without power functions and remote control. So it does not indicate in any way which version you have. So for the C61048W, I think the issue that I had was that there is inconsistent naming throughout kind of wherever you look it up. It might be with or without the W. So for instance, on the manual, on the instructions, There they are. As you can tell, no W right here. So this is the official manual. The part count is off too. I checked the website today. So that is without the W, and apparently on the website itself it has the W. And right here, if you can look at those numbers, all of those, no W. This one is motorized as well. But, well, CADA kind of handles it differently depending on where you look it up. So that was just a little side note. Now back to present Mo. Here we go. So this one isn't, but it's still part of the Master series. It is fully decked out with functions like through the roof. Like the functions on this one, I saw a review online the other day and I was like, okay, I gotta get this. This is just mental in terms of things the designer, Dugald Cameron, that's his name, put in here. And he basically partnered up with CADA, and they've been doing that for a while now. The first model I built of CADA in general and of this type of mock teaming up with a manufacturer was the C61048W, I think, W in this case. So the Supercar, the Italian Supercar in red, that was fully remote controlled, motorized, everything. With steering, with gear shifting, all this kind of stuff. And this one is, I think, the third installment of this kind of partnership. The second one I actually don't have yet. That's the C61053W. Again, this one is motorized and remote controlled. And I haven't gotten that one yet. I'm planning to get it, but reason I got this one first is actually everything you see right here, like 4,340 pieces. If you just think of the Lego Technic set right now that has been out for a while, sometime June this year, I think, or May, the Ferrari came out. The, what's the set number? 41143, is that it? I think so. Yeah, this one came out and it's 3,000 something pieces, and like the recommended retail price that Lego wants for it is 450 euros, and in the market right now, if you buy it new, it's around 300 bucks, I think. And this one, if you buy it new, like on Amazon or another platform that imports it into Europe, in this case in Germany, because they're based in China, you can buy it directly off their site. But if you go through Amazon, it's like 200 bucks. New, that is. And in this case, partly disassembled and without the original box around it, which is again like a design box with nice interior, with the bags labeled and everything like that. So that was missing, and I paid, including shipping, in this state 115 euros, so another 85 quid of the new price. So that was basically too good a deal to pass on. And just let me show you. There's like, this is the amount of stickers that's in it, like very, very little. It's just for the instruments and the dash, I think, and maybe the license plate. That's about it. Everything else is pretty much clean. I don't think there's any prints. Let me check. Now, there is no prints going on in this case. Doesn't need any, to be honest. I think it looks great as is. Mostly white, a little bit of green accents, and then some, yeah, black kind of construction underneath, and then the tan seats inside. So, yeah, so this is basically where we're at with this set. And I have to start, of course, at another point, basically not step 1, but step 0 or -1. I don't know how long it's going to take in comparison to actually building the thing. Because, yeah, I have to actually take it apart before I can build it. And I can maybe show you in this camera angle right here. So I got a couple of boxes over here. I used to have like an absolutely insane amount of kind of sorting cases for exactly this purpose, like tearing stuff apart and then rebuilding it, which I did with a couple of older Lego Technic sets I had sitting in the attic for years and years. So I took those apart and sorted the pieces, cleaned them up in basically, yeah, the best way I could, and resold them in the end. And I have some sorting trays left. These are actually like for getting your cheese from the supermarket, like takeaway boxes, whatever Tupperware kind of thing you have going on. And these are from like just DIY store sorting trays for screws, nails, whatever you want to put in them. And they are modular. I used to have as I said, a bunch of those. But there is like an elderly lady here in our vicinity in Germany who actually builds wheelchair ramps out of old Lego. She's called the Lego Oma or Lego Grandma. And we actually sent her boxes full of Legos. Like I think it was about 15 kilos or something. And some of them were already pre-sorted in these trays. So she got those along with the actual material. And as I said, she builds wheelchair ramps out of the Legos with some glue involved, I believe. But yeah, really, really cool purpose for that. And we thought we will just contribute in form of a donation of all our old stuff. Which is also why I don't have any of these things lying around anymore, which is like hopefully not going to be an issue, because I built another small table out of the leftover wood slab I had from building this table. And the first set of legs I bought for this one right here, which weren't stable enough. So it's going to be fine for the side table, I guess. And what I'm planning to do right now is, take everything apart as much as I possibly can in the shortest amount of time I possibly can. Sort them mostly by color. I think like you have a lot of these blue pins going on, like the axle on one side and pin on the other. You have a lot of the actual blue pins, like the three stud ones. Let me just go ahead here. And some of the stuff is probably easy to take apart. And so these are going to be a lot of in the set, and axles in general. So yeah, I'll see that I'll sort it as good as I possibly can and take you along for the ride, of course. The series of videos I'm going to do on the set are probably going to be a lot, because the most time I get to build like in one session is probably 1.5 to 2 hours. And just speaking from experience, it's gonna take probably like about 20 hours to finish this whole set, like total build time, maybe even more. I don't know, like we'll see. The wheels are easy, that's it. Yeah, but I'll just leave this camera as it is right here, and then get you another perspective from right there as usual. Yeah, and now you can see me take apart this very, very beautiful set. At some point it will be. Yeah, I'll take it apart and let's speed things up. Here we go, folks. Have fun. Okay, so this is the result of over an hour of deconstructing stuff. Let me just get this out of the way. So I'm still in the process of deconstructing the CADA C61048W. And as I said, after an hour, this doesn't look that much different yet. It's really amazing how long it takes to disassemble these kinds of things. But I mean, 4,340 pieces is really a lot. And this right here, like I've gotten rid of all the white parts. I've put these over there. Let me just see if I can give you a better picture from here. So my sorting tray is already pretty full, and now we have to use this one. So as you can see, we have the 3-stud long blue pins, the 2+1s, then we have the 2-stud black pins right here, the 1x1s, and black axles, gray axles, the tan and gray ones, darker gray ones with a stopper at the side. So basically the ones that have like a little thing there to have the axle stopped. We have gears, gray ones, tan ones, blue ones, black ones, and like basically the parts that appear a lot more often than others. We have the flex axles, the kind of frames. This should be like 6x4s, something like that. And then over on the other table, I've assembled all the special parts that don't appear too often. And so basically to my right over here on the other table, I think I have to get another camera angle to show you this, because like on here you can see I have a lot of stuff set up back there. But as you can also see, like all the white parts, they still look like this. Hold on. Yeah, so this is basically still the state of all the white exterior of the car. So this is still assembled, so I haven't taken this apart because I just wanted to get all the bigger parts that make up the outside of the car. Like I wanted to get these out of the way to be able to sort through all the smaller stuff. But this is only session 1 of probably 3 or 4 of taking it apart and then reconstructing the model, and doing this by hand because I actually got rid of all the part separators, like pulling out these little pins out of the frame, for example, like this one right here. You can see it from the side, like especially the ones that are with more friction, because the different pin colors, they are not just different pin colors, they are also different types of friction. So some pins are softer, some pins are harder, and depending on this composition, basically, they have different amount of friction if you want to put them into or pull them out of a brick, and this makes deconstructing this by hand a bit harder, and it just makes the fingers cramp after a while, basically. And also like figuring out which part to put where, kind of guessing if it's gonna be 1 or 2 of the compartments in my sorting tray, if it's gonna be 3 in the end, and like kind of where to put what is kind of a guessing game in the beginning. I mean, you kind of get a grasp of it a bit quicker after a while, but knowing which parts to put where, kind of anticipating how much there's going to be of them in the end, is not the easiest task to do. I was like under the impression I could put all the axles in the same compartment in the beginning, which is far from what is actually possible, like because there's just so many of them in the different options, colors and lengths, and sorting them by length would make it even more complicated, because like there is 5 or 6 different ones there. And I also noticed, and I have to check if this is actually true for all of them, this car has a lot of springs in it. I mean, 4 tires by probably 2 springs each, so makes it 8 in total. Let me show you how they look. So these are the yellow springs. I don't think these are like the hardest ones possible, but yeah, they appear to be kind of hard-ish, and they have these push rods that go down into the yellow frame right there, and inside the yellow frame there's little kind of nubbins holding it in place and kind of guiding it in this line and preventing it from pulling out. And this is exactly what happened with a couple of the strings. So by now I have found a couple that look like this, and the black push rod that is supposed to be inside this frame. Oh, having a visitor. Penny is dropping by with her ball. So I will just take a quick break and continue this video. Let me show you Penny in the background. Is she visible on the camera? Penny, where are you? No, she's on the drum carpet back there. And she wants to play ball, so I have to kick the ball. And okay, Penny, I'll just take a quick break and see you guys in the next session for deconstructing the CADA 61048W. Until then, take care, guys. Bye.